Yo, what's up, guys? Hope everybody had a great weekend. I'm definitely excited to see what's going on this week in the market. Right now, I have the SPY chart up. This is going to be very, very ideal for us today. Um, so what we're seeing is this trading range from about the 281 to the bottom of about 262 with some longer wicks down here. This base has broken. We closed below it on Friday's session. We're now going to be testing these lower wicks. These are going to be support levels, but should be pretty faint, given the fact that there's not much built in here except for a little bit in these ranges. Um, I'm looking and being patient to see what kind of action we're going to get down at these two levels. This one right here at about 259.73 and then 258.72, I believe, was the low. 258.62. Um, with that being said, our resistance levels on the upside, these are going to be important. This 263 range, which was the previous bottom of this trading range here, 263 level. That's the main upside target if you're going to be trading on the daily chart. Um, I'm looking for this to ultimately be the heavy rejection point throughout this week if this bottom does hold today. The We'll go to the 5-minute chart and I'll show you guys. We're now below Friday's low and testing that 259.73, which is that first lower wick. Like I said, there's really no support until that second wick from last week, which was the low of 258.62. So there's really not much room until that level. If you go back to the daily chart, that's about a point to make. Obviously that could be done pre-market trading wise, but we're gonna definitely watch for that lower wick to get taken out. And if that gets taken out, we have room till 257.40, 256.40, this lower wick right here at 254.75, and then the low of this 252.92. And that's all from this trading range right here. Our MACD is showing that we have room to drop. We have, a clear downtrend. Our EMAs are holding. I'm curious to see where the EMAs pulled to this morning with the initial gap down. We're gonna have to be patient. As I said, it is rejecting our levels. It really didn't get far into Friday's trading range whatsoever, and we are below the lows, which is definitely a good sign for the bears. Um, this is also something I wanted to run by you guys now that we've gone over the short term and a few of our opportunities. Um, I wanted to look at the weekly chart and go over something that I was seeing. Yeah. If you ignore these lines and we look at the bigger overall trend here, this is the weekly chart. I'm seeing a potential for head and shoulders. You know, you have the left shoulder here, you have the high here, which could ultimately be the head, and we're pulling back. So you know what? Since we're pulling back and forming this sort of neckline, it's definitely possible we could see another run up to build another shoulder. With that being the case, we're gonna have to definitely wait and see how this overall week concludes. I do expect to test some of these lows in this area. You know, um, if that's the case and we do bounce off those lows, we still get the opportunity on the downside, but we're also ready on the upside for anything to go um, and reverse that trend. Like I said, our MACD on the daily is supporting downside movement. Our MACD on the weekly is a bit overextended, you know. So I'm keeping that in mind. As you can see, we do have a clear neckline. Um, and the shoulders are starting to form. So it's definitely something to keep in mind heading into this week and going forward, especially as an investor. But if that head and shoulders does form, what I'm saying is that if that neckline eventually cracks through in 2019, that's when the market will start to break down. Given we have, you know, little room for support. That's just my overall opinion. Like I always say, we take it one day at a time. My game plan today is going to be pretty simple. Look for upside rejection, or just look for that clean breakdown in this level on these two wicks, since we're gapping down into those areas right now. Definitely have them marked down on your screen. The upside targets are going to be from Friday's trading range: 260.73, 261.72, and 263.05, which is that bottom range I spoke about on the daily. That's going to be important. Until we confirm today what's going to go on, I'm not going to provide a watch list for other stocks. I'm going to trade the SPY. I think the trading SPY is going to be the best idea for gauging the entire market today. I definitely want to see where we end up first, and then I'll put together a watch list of other stocks. That's gonna ultimately decide the trend here. So yeah, I'll get back to you guys in chat. I hope you all have a great trading day.